Merry Christmas, everyone! I don't know about you, but I am super pumped to feel the holiday spirit with a lighthearted family film. And, coincidence of all coincidences, I have one right here. So, let's have a karate Christmas miracle. Hi-ya!
Tonight, Miss Town learns what it's like to be afraid.
You have no idea what it's like to see dead people.
Whatever he means, take it back.
He didn't kill anyone.
I will be watching you.
Tell your mother.
Daddy!
Folks, before we go any further, I feel I need to have a warning at the top of this for those who are sensitive to such topics. But the central plot of A Karate Christmas Miracle revolves around a mass shooting. I have never been more perplexed by a film. This is shocking. So, when you hear a movie is called A Karate Christmas Miracle, you would think from the title and the cover and the appearance of Martin Kove that this is probably some sort of Karate Kid knockoff. But that's not what this is. I don't know what this is. I don't know who this is for. I don't know what happened in it. I don't know much of the plot. I'm very, very confused. Never before have I watched a movie and felt that I saw so much and learned less.
This is terrible. It's terrible. This is terrible.
You ever feel like you stumbled across something big by accident? Like you're coming in at the ground floor, right, as something huge is about to drop. That's how I feel about A Karate Christmas Miracle. There are so many disparate ideas here, I don't even know where to begin. People are going to talk about this movie. They might not know what it's about, but they're going to talk about it. Just going by the trailer, the plot is pretty simple. Karate Kid thinks that if he gets a black belt by Christmas, his father, who may or may not be dead, will come back home.
And he thinks if he gets a black belt, it'll bring his father back?
Yeah.
Now what they don't mention is that this is some sort of mystery thriller involving maybe a cult, and there's a lawyer who's also a psychic, and Eric Roberts is in there somewhere, and also a mass shooting. What features very little in this movie? Karate. I counted up the amount of screen time that it takes up. It is 1 minute, 45 seconds. Total. But you will get to see the kid assault a couch, and that's pretty fun. Also fun? His name is Jesse Genesis. Yes, beautiful. I love it. Hard eyes. He has 5 days to earn his black belt before the end of this movie, and he's not anywhere even close. That's not how that works.
A white belt is a beginner, searching for knowledge, and the beginning of life symbolizes the first beams of sunlight. Orange belt, power of the mind, art signifies the growth of the sky, as life sprouts from the changing of the sky to dawn. I'm done.
The acting? I don't want to be mean, it's a little questionable. A little questionable.
I told her I needed to go it alone. Mom, I'm tough.
Mr. Palace, you are right and wrong.
How did you know that? That wasn't in the news.
I guess we're done. Why does he think that his father is going to come back if he gets his black belt before Christmas? Because there was a list of tasks that he gave him, and he said that if he finished them, then he could get whatever he wanted.
I'm working on my 12 Days of Christmas list. Last year, Dad told me that if I did everything on the list, I could have whatever I wanted for Christmas. And this year, all I want for Christmas is for Dad to come home.
Stretch. You can't hold any spirits to this contract, Jesse, no matter how hard you pray to your father's headshot.
Please, father's headshot. Please come home.
Why do they have multiple framed headshots? Jesse is played by Mario Del Vecchio, son of Ken Del Vecchio, who plays his father in this, and also wrote the screenplay. I just feel super bad for the kid, because, his dad wrote him a movie, right? But he can't have wanted this. Mass shooting, psychic conspiracy nonsense? He just wants to punch and kick stuff. Come on, Dad!
I painted it. I painted the birdhouse.
So Jesse Genesis's mom is super concerned about her son's obsession with his father, who disappeared in a mass shooting a year prior and may or may not be dead. Jesse is having crazy dreams that he's still alive, but mom can't confirm this, because apparently he just disappeared. I only know this because of a newspaper that flashes across the screen for like 2 seconds. But apparently he was kidnapped after the shooting to help with a getaway? Maybe? Then why are they acting like he's dead? How are we supposed to get this from a newspaper that flashes across the screen too quickly for you to be able to read it, and the sentences are all cut off and formatted improperly? So I just had to sort of piece sentence fragments together like a magazine ransom note. Well, they gotta figure out if there's something to this, because kids never have dreams about their dead parents. So who's Mom Genesis gonna go to for help? Why, a psychic lady who read her fortune when she was 16. Question mark? Psychic lady has a dark backstory of her own.
I used to help the police. They wanted me to help them find missing people, and you know what I found? I found a bunch of dead bodies. I saw my fiance die.
Well, I don't know much, but I know it's not fun. It's not a fun thing.
It's really not a fun thing to see. It's not a fun thing.
This might come as a shock to you, but I suspect a lot of this was improvised.
Clearly, we all need the amount of energy Jesse has.
Oh my gosh, he's got so much energy, that kid. I don't know where he gets it.
I don't know if they were given, like, general ideas of what the scenes were supposed to be about, like Zen movie style.
I'm just kind of known as the wacky professor around here. Everybody around here thinks I'm scared. I'm just known as that little wacky law professor here.
Yes, thank you for telling us your character bio multiple times. Thank you. Psychic Lady is a lawyer who teaches classes, in person and online, to the North Sentinel Island? What?
These students are in North Sentinel Island. It's that island off of India, you know, where they shoot people with bows and arrows.
What the fuck are you talking about, movie? What the fuck is happening? Why is this here? I can't decide what's the most offensive part, using that footage or the racism.
This is terrible.
Do you think the secluded island people who try to kill all outsiders like that they're in a karate Christmas miracle, or... Lawyer Psychic's normal classes seem to mostly consist of, Christmas metaphors?
How about I call you my elves? Oh, no. How about my reindeer? Yeah, you're all little reindeer. You are Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Raise your hand if you think Santa is guilty of aggravated assault. So the Grinch suddenly has this need for redemption, and he really wants to be punished. He strolls into the Whoville DA office, and he confesses. Does Frosty have a legitimate, valid lawsuit? Class dismissed.
That's it?
Stop trying to make these Christmas metaphors happen. They're not gonna happen.
The answer is none of the above.
Yeah, you're just teaching your Christmas law class and then a random karate kid shows up. Sure, seems pretty normal.
This is not exactly what I asked Santa for. Maybe I'm the three ghosts to your Scrooge.
If I was in that class, I'd ask for my money back. Like, what school is paying her to do this? I don't believe she's a real teacher. I do believe Jesse's mom works in marketing, though.
It's not just women in the kitchen anymore.
It's not just women in the kitchen anymore. I tell you, this is a real woman in the real world. How come she knew nothing about her husband? Like, where did she think he was when he was teaching karate classes and building gazebos? How did she even know that he disappeared in a mass shooting if she's this unaware? So let's talk about that super comfortable subject, and let me tell you, it's an even worse taste than you can possibly imagine. So this shooting is done by a clown man in a theater. One of the victims is named Aurora. I wish I could tell you why this movie is like this, what narrative purpose this serves. But I am stumped. Why did they do this? Why? There's no thematic reason for it to tie into the Aurora shooting. There's no reason for it to be a shooting at all. The father could have disappeared any number of ways. It's just, you can see a little bit more of it in the trailer, so I think that they did film this. But at some point, someone must have taken them aside and said, hey, this might come off a little gross and disrespectful. So thank God they edited it out of the film. Whew.
This is terrible.
This is where things get very, very, very confusing. Strap in and join me on this journey. So what I can glean is that a disgruntled theater security guard, played by Eric Roberts, has been sending poorly superimposed Skype theater messages to the owner's daughter, who is standing in her bedroom.
People will think this is greed and hatred. It's not. It's just that things need to be even.
He's also a security officer at Jesse's school, but that matters in a way that doesn't.
James Whitmore was the security officer at my school.
Jesse thinks it's because he and the theater daughter have a bond, and Eric Roberts wanted to take their fathers away, even though Eric Roberts never killed her father? Or did he?
You left your daughter Aurora right after you gave her the theater. You are in a beautiful place now.
He dresses up like a clown to watch his own Skype messages, and refers to himself in the plural form.
We will haunt these victims.
What he's actually mad about is a mystery. I just saw the words bad blood in the newspaper article. He doesn't even mention the theater or any of the characters by name. He just talks about vague concepts. I doubt Eric Roberts even knew what the movie was about. Thanks for filming some random vlogs in your office, Eric Roberts. If only any of this was coherent in any way. The same night he plans on shooting up the place, owner Martin Kove leaves the theater to his daughter, as indicated by this theater Skype footage where he also wears a clown mask. I don't know why he decided to tell her this via theater Skype. Also, it's her birthday and Christmas.
He gave her the theater as a present on the night of the shooting, on the night Dad went missing.
On Christmas Day last year.
Yes, and it was her birthday.
I think other people are supposed to be there, but it's just her except in some scattered shots. He might also know something about something and speaks cryptically.
I will be watching you.
This scene was played so creepy for no reason. Like, I just assumed on the first watch that he was some sort of creepy rival cult leader that hid out in a carnival. I'm still not sure he isn't. Why does he talk like a supervillain? I'm puzzled. Why is he in a carnival anyway? In a dream sequence later, they seem to imply he died right after that speech or something, and Jesse dream calls him in heaven? Oh, and by the way, all of these flashbacks are presented to us via dream sequence.
He's had these dreams. Some of it is rather amazing, almost mystical.
Karate Dad goes to an anti-gun meeting that's being held at this theater for reasons that are never explained in a satisfactory way.
Dad was at the theater trying to make a constitutional argument about guns.
Yeah, to talk about guns and constitutional rights and stuff.
But in another scene, Mom says that he was there to see a horror movie and also give a speech on Christmas.
Why did he have to go to that stupid, crummy horror film in that theater birthday party and give a speech?
According to Karate Mom, this was part of 3 events happening at the theater that night that would conclude with a party where the men dressed as clowns and the women put on crazy makeup. But we never see any of that. And why would we? Who holds a party in a movie theater? Or gun protests? This is not a place that people have meetings. We do see multiple clowns in one part of the flashback, so were there other people working with Eric Roberts? The newspaper and the characters in the movie just mention one guy. Everyone rambles on and on and on, and I know words are being said, but what any of it means, I cannot tell you.
We'll haunt their minds, their dreams, even the very land they walk. Clowns, you two-faced.
Remain silent until Christmas.
Thinks that the newest thing is crazy. Up until they follow me.
Be loyal to everything all at
Now,
once.
my father is my
Fired at the firing range. You're done.
You're stronger than all of us put
I
together.
need you to figure this out.
We can start that.
Doesn't seem so. I'm not reading.
Karate. I don't know.
At some point, a shooting happens, and the theater owner daughter isn't shot, but goes to the hospital, and Karate Dad goes to see her, and then goes back to the theater for reasons I don't know, and neither do the other characters. They point out it doesn't make sense and then never come back to it. He's kidnapped in a getaway attempt, but I don't know why, because surely Eric Roberts has either escaped or been caught by now. I don't get this C, D, or E plot where they continually imply that the dad might have killed someone. Like, it's a mystery, except no one thought that until you brought it up. Oh, and apparently, because the theater daughter got the theater on Christmas, that's why Jesse thinks that he needs to also earn his black belt by Christmas. and that'll make his dad come back. And then also he has to take a vow of silence after revealing this information.
I have to remain completely silent from now until Christmas Day and focus on only one thing, getting Dad back.
Yes, good. I will have less lines to learn.
Meanwhile, Jesse has psychic dreams where he talks to Martin Kove because, reasons. These visions blend together with the shooting backstory, so I mean, who the hell even knows if anything that we're seeing is real? It's possible all of this isn't meant to be taken literally and is all a blend of Jesse's memories and fantasies about what actually happened. Everything is nebulous because they don't show us anything in a way that makes sense. So much of this I had to piece together using trailer footage and 2 seconds of newspaper that flies by and IMDb and pure intuition. I felt like I was solving Sherlock Holmes' shittiest mystery.
What?
I didn't know what he was talking about.
This doesn't make sense.
I don't know. It's just like a big old jumbled mess.
Have you ever felt like you missed something?
They can ask why, but they'll never understand.
I'm interested, but I'm confused.
If this sounds like a lot to process, it is. But also, for as much as they throw at us, an alternate title for this could be Two Women Talk in Various Places. They talk in so many places. They talk in offices. They talk in karate dojos. They talk in bars twice. They talk on lawns. They talk in gazebos. I would have loved to see things actually happening in this movie instead of an endless exposition dump, but alas, that wasn't in the cards. I sort of love this psychic character because, like, she's kind of a mess. I don't think that her character accomplished much. She might have gotten the mom to stop working so much or something. So in the past, Psychic Lady saw her fiancé die and left him, and again is unsure how to determine if someone's alive or dead. And I'm not sure why leaving him would save his life. And maybe the visions of Karate Dad are actually her fiancé? Just kidding, no. Also, maybe Karate Dad used some knife to defend himself during the shooting. Just kidding, he was teaching women self-defense. And he was a black belt too! Who cares? This means nothing!
I didn't know that he was a karate man.
Maybe the real lesson here was about how we live our lives and the legacies that we leave behind. And the people who are lost will always live on in our hearts. Whatever! Jesse gets his black belt and his dad's still alive! Woohoo! A karate Christmas miracle.
It's a miracle. It's a true Christmas miracle.
What the hell was he doing for a year? Surely he's worn out his use as a hostage by this point.
I did it. I escaped.
We have no explanation as to why they were keeping him. Like, was this a magical resurrection, or did he just fuck off for a year? Was he just wandering around town? Is Clown Man still after him? And why did he appear so ominously like he was gonna kill his kid? Divorce him immediately. Something shady's going on. And what happened to the Clown Man anyway? Was he just never caught? What kind of bullshit? It could only happen on Christmas. Could it? Oh, look at this. They fucked up the title on the back. How do you do that? Who was this movie for? Kids aren't gonna like it. Adults who aren't me aren't gonna pick up a karate Christmas miracle. Who is this aimed at? This features so little karate, Christmas, or miracles. Who was anyone? What was anything? Okay, I did like the belts on the tree. That was pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie, this is not a beginner's so bad it's good movie. If you are not a so bad it's good black belt, you might find it a tough sit. It's in kind of poor taste at times. But if you are into movies that are absolutely insane and baffling, I 100% recommend that you check this movie out. I have so rarely been absolutely gobsmacked at a concept like this. And who knows, maybe you can unlock the mystery of what happened, because I sure as hell still can't tell you. This is an all-timer, folks. The Room, Birdemic, A Karate Christmas Miracle. I will never forget this movie.
It's a true Christmas miracle.
I'm gonna have to take a long nap to recover from this one. But in the meantime, I hope that you have a happy holidays and a karate Christmas miracle.
Do you remember how I taught you to fight? Our creed?
Never taught me how to fight, Mr. Palace. We never even met.